welcome to my channel. So today I've got something rather exciting for everyone. This is the part 2 of the Tudor home that I've been working on recently, which I was very excited to finish. So I mean, if you get excitable by Tudor homes, then this will excite you. I don't know. I don't know, but I was so excited when I basically finished this build. I was like, oh, it's done, fantastic. I can finally share it. And it made me excited. Like, I was really happy once this was done because I really do love Tudor builds. I try to limit myself on how much I can actually do them because I don't want to obviously take up the whole of my channel or the whole of my catalogue on the gallery, just basically building the same thing over and over again. So I'm kind of crossing my fingers for the new expansion pack because it looks like there's so much amazing stuff that's coming out, which I've already mentioned. I don't want to keep repeating myself all the time. So basically I'm just very excited for that, really. It's something that looks amazing, and it looks like there's so much new stuff that I could practice building with. Like, there's so many new wallpapers, floorings, items and stuff like that. So that was all fun. So yes, the home is on the gallery. If you want to go and upload it already, you can do. I put it up this morning. I wanted to put it up just before I did the video, so that's what I wanted to do. And I had a lot of problems with the interior, actually. I mean, I may as well just kind of get them out of the way now and tell you what happened, because I was supposed to share this video yesterday, and what happened was I did the interior yesterday. I finished the build, and then I went to go and basically save my game, and it wouldn't save, and then the game stopped responding like when I'd finished the whole thing. So I had to do a complete retake of the whole of the interior. So this was a quick job. This was me trying to remember at this point, like, what I put where, basically. But I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. So it wasn't a big deal to do it over again. Like, it's especially easier when you've kind of done it once and you pretty much know where everything goes. So that was the situation that I was in at that particular point. So yes, I had a lot of fun, and I ended up calling the Tudor home Forest Tudor, which was a suggestion from somebody, which I shortened into Forest Tudor. I loved the name. It definitely made me think of forests, and I was really happy with it. So I ended up calling it that, which I think is a wonderful name for a Tudor home because of all the kind of crazy plants that happen on, like, inside it and stuff. So yeah, it just kind of went. It felt right, and I was really happy because I was stuck for a name on this one. So it made my life a lot easier. So thank you. And of course, if anyone else has any name suggestions for other builds that you want to see, even if you just come up with a random name, like, I don't mind. Like, that could literally be, what I'm going to call my next suburban home or something. It just completely depends. So, actually, no, not suburban home, because I did actually promise that I wouldn't be doing suburban homes for a while. But we will see. We will see. I think I've got another. I gave myself another week or two cap, and then I'm going to start with suburban homes again. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to rewatch my video and see what I said and stick to my word on that one. So, anyways, this was the hallway, and I am just onto the dining room at the moment. The dining room I wanted to keep with the whole foresty theme of the house because I really loved the name. So I wanted to kind of take advantage of that. I put loads of plants in. I really thought about, like, what would look good in the dining room. So that was the main focus for me, and it's probably one of my favorite rooms throughout the build just because of how much effort I did put into this room. Like, I did put a lot of thought into it, and I tried to match everything as well. So it is a light kind of mint color on the wall, but even so, like, I didn't want anything too greeny. So kind of went with that in the end, and I tried to just add some artwork around because I do love adding artwork. That is just one of the things that I do have or do tend to do in my builds. And then I was trying to add some stuff to this corner, but I was trying to keep like, in mind that basically when the Sims walk through, they might not be able to use that door. I didn't want that to happen, so I had to move some stuff around so that all the stuff was basically accessible to use, because I hate when that happens in my builds. Like, I hate when I have to like rearrange stuff and I make mistakes. I don't like that. I hate making mistakes. So I'm onto the bathroom now, and it's a very long room. It was really long, and I basically decided that it would be a good idea to put a bathtub because I do like bathrooms that are fully usable as well. Like, sometimes I just kind of have like a small room with a toilet in, but that's very rare for me. I usually just kind of try to put as much stuff in the bathrooms as I can. Try and make them a little bit bigger so that I can kind of fit everything inside, if that makes any sense. So I like having everything in one. So you have like your bathtub, the toilet, the sink, and maybe even the shower if I can fit one in. I just kind of like having an option. Like I like having options. So that was that, and I just kind of put some stuff on the walls as well. I thought some plates because I have been to like I suppose traditional styled houses before. Like okay, for instance, both sets of my grandparents have um like traditional styled homes or like kind of old antique houses, I guess. So I thought that plates would be particularly good to put on the walls because of how many plates do they have on their walls. So that was really my mindset there. And then the lounge I absolutely hated. Like, I'm not going to lie to anyone. I hated this room so much. But what I decided to do is I changed the colour. And also I changed the flooring because I didn't think that the cream kind of carpet would go. It looks very new, and I don't think in a house like this they would have, I suppose, new carpet. If they had like carpet that looked a little bit old and used and worn out, then yes, but maybe I just kind of stick to the normal floorboards and go with that. So I didn't go with a red as well in the end. Like I thought the red would be a good idea. Like I don't know why, because I've never actually used that red colour before. It looks pretty plain without the pattern, but I ended up going for that blue because I wanted something that would match the rug, and I could put some kind of sofas out and I could just kind of blend it all in. It would look really lovely. But then I was having trouble with the actual room because I was thinking to myself, like, could the Sims actually get past those sofas if they wanted to? Like, could they actually walk through and kind of explore down whatever's going on? Like I suppose downwards. This I can't remember what I put down there. I think I put a bathroom like next to that room or something. But anyway, I wanted them to kind of be able to access like through the lounge and kind of explore outwards and stuff. So those chairs were a problem for me. They were a real trouble. So I did end up changing around like a lot of the stuff like in the lounge. And I think I ended up going for two sofas, and I think that was pretty much that in the end. Like I can't remember if I added any more sofas after that. I think I just kind of left it like that, which was probably a good idea because then I know at least that it's definitely usable. So that was going on. And then I put some just various things on the tables. I love that plant. I tried to fit it in any excuse possible in my recent builds. Like, if you've seen my builds in the past 2 weeks, I have just put that plant in any excuse to do so. It's been there at some point. So yes, I put some stuff behind the sofas as well so that the Sims could really kind of take, I suppose, full advantage of this space that I have got here. So that was really like what I was thinking there. And then I was then kind of like going back every now and then, just kind of adding stuff to the hallway. A lot of the rooms do look very similar in this house, I will admit, looking back, especially the lounge and the hallway, like pretty much same kind of stuff. But I wanted the same theme, the same kind of dark theme, gloomy theme running through the house. So I thought that would be a good idea. And I mean, I know that a lot of Tudor houses are kind of refurbished and stuff, but I didn't want to create like a modern Tudor styled interior because I've just done one on my recent Tudor, the Woodland Tudor home that I uploaded a couple of days ago. So I didn't want to do that. I didn't feel like it at this point. So I just kind of did the traditional look that I usually go for with my Tudor builds, which is really good. And it's already got some positive feedback on the gallery, so I'm very happy about that so far. I'm happy that people are enjoying it already, which is absolutely wonderful to see. And in here I put a little bathroom because I thought this would be a perfect bathroom. It was either going to be a bathroom or a small children's bedroom, but I thought, no, I've got loads of space upstairs, like I may as well just kind of wait to see what I've got upstairs, and then if not, I can come down and change some stuff. But I went with something a bit crazy in this bathroom, which I wouldn't usually have thought to myself that I would go for. I basically decorated two walls with paneling, and I left it like that because I just kind of thought it went. I don't know. Maybe that was just my crazy interior during this build. Maybe it was my tired kind of builder self. I don't know. Maybe I was just particularly tired at this point. I don't know. But I thought it went. I still think it went. So I don't know what to say about that. But this was a kitchen, and I was really trying to get the flooring right. I had a lot of different ideas for the flooring that I did try a lot of things out in this video, but I thought that it would be nice to leave it all in because if there's an idea that anyone particularly likes, then you can just reuse it and like, it's there. So I thought I'd just include like loads of different things and I just basically show everyone like what I kept coming up with. So it does take rather a long time for me to basically get it right, but once it's right, it's right. And it feels right, that feeling when you've got the right flooring. So I mean, it was weird because I actually came up with loads of good modern designs for flooring, especially this one that I'm doing at the moment. This is not the finished copy either, but it actually would go pretty nicely in a modern styled house like that. I mean, it looks good, but I think that I'll be using that at some point in like a modern house that I'll do or a suburban. I need to stop talking about suburbans, seriously. Oh dear. Yes, so I mean, I tried this flooring out as well, but I didn't even like that. I just didn't think that it went. I think for that flooring, I would probably need the whole room to be a little bit longer so that I could really do it. Or I could have done it the other way, which would have actually worked. I should definitely consider that next time. But yes, then I was just kind of undoing everything and going back to the bare basic flooring of what it was before. So this was the final attempt for me. And then at this point, I got the flooring that I wanted. So I was very happy with the way it turned out. I still changed the colours, but I did get the frame right, so that was all good. And that's pretty much how it's finished off looking. I just did that with it, and I thought that it looked really good. And I think that I'll be using that for another one of my builds because I really loved that floor. I thought it went. I just kind of felt like I found the one. So I did that and I added some stone as well because I wanted to incorporate the stone because it was on the outside of the build. So I thought at some point I would need to include it on the inside as well because I really do love stone. I just love the kind of texturing that we've got. I mean, I do wish that we had some kind of cobblestone, I guess. We've got a really lovely cobblestone terrain, like I guess, kind of spray paint that you can spray the flooring with, and you can make it look like there's a little pathway or something with the cobblestone. But unfortunately, I don't know why we don't have that in a wallpaper. And when I saw it, I was like, that looks amazing. And then we didn't have it in a wallpaper, so it's difficult for me to explain. But I'm sure that at some point I will show you exactly what I mean because it would be fantastic if we could have had that option as a wallpaper option, but unfortunately we don't. So I just had to go with that normal stone look. I don't really like the other stones as well. Like, I'm not a big fan. I used to use the kind of fairy tale stone a lot, but I don't use that anymore. I think I just kind of overdid it to the point where I just kind of got sick of using it. I don't know. But yeah, so that was pretty much the kitchen finished. And I thought I'd put a table in the middle just so that the family can kind of still have like a casual meal there. Like they wouldn't have to go into the dining room for it because I like that in kitchens. I like having separate tables. So you could have like a kind of casual table and you can have a formal table, which they'd all sit at for a dinner party. So that was the main mentality on that one. But obviously then that works both ways because sometimes the Sims don't do what you tell them to do. So some people could be sitting in this room, some people could be sat in the dining room. But I do love that just for effect. And it can work if you are very talented at playing the Sims. But unfortunately, I am not one of those people. But I will, I mean, I'm trying, I'm practicing at the moment, but we will see. We will see what happens. Like, I'm trying to get better at actually playing The Sims because it's so much fun. But I just love building. Like, I can't get enough of it at the moment. I'm really into building. So then we're getting on to the upstairs, and I pretty much just had an idea straight away of what I wanted. And occasionally there was kind of like a plant that was coming through from the outside, which I just deleted. Like, straight off, I just deleted it. And I just went with it. So that was that. And I was kind of thinking about like what lights I should use upstairs. So it's pretty much the same as the downstairs as well. I used a lot of the same wallpapers and I couldn't really decide on a good tiling. So I did change that round a bit as well. And then I just went with the same wallpaper as the downstairs hallway just to kind of keep things, I suppose, similar. So I did do that. And yes, then I was just kind of going around, just changing little bits. I thought that the tile I used in there was a bit too modern, so I did change that around a bit. And then I just did it. Like I just kind of went with that look and I was happy with that. So that's really what was happening there. Then doing the upstairs hallway, I got a little bit stuck, I won't lie. What happened was I made the space probably too small to put a seating area up there because I really wanted to focus on the individual rooms and make those quite big. So I did kind of struggle as to what I should actually put on the upstairs hallway. So there was a lot of rearranging, but I did come up with a good solution in the end, or at least I hope I did. Because I spent a lot of time just kind of going over things. I was trying to find a good rug to put down as well, which wasn't really working out for me. So I tried various things up here and I was really just experimenting. Like it's just a matter of experimenting, really. Like, and that's just what happened. I mean, some of those bookcases are probably not going to even be used, or I wouldn't even imagine them being used. But I thought I'd just kind of add them for effect because, especially in a house like this, I really would imagine that the people would have collected the bookcases for a really long time. So I put those in. Then I thought about going with two seating areas, but like as in two seats, I should have said, but I don't remember how that worked out. I think I ended up deleting it. I can't really remember. Just kind of going round, I suppose, just making it a bit brighter in here because maybe I had an idea that it wasn't as bright as I would have liked it to have been. So that's pretty much how the hallway finished up. And now we're on to this room, which was a children's bedroom, which I wanted to include some blues and other things, which I was really happy with in the end. I really did like this room by the end of it. I mean, it's a little bit unusual because it's got quite dark browns, like on the flooring and stuff. So I decided to go for something which was a bit unique, I guess. I went with two wallpapers and it has the colours like blue, purple, white, and dark brown, which is a bit strange, but you can obviously change it around if you want. This was just kind of an idea of what I'd have in here. But I mean, I kind of like it. It's different. It's different. It's growing on me just kind of looking back. And then I thought about adding some wall art, which I do a fairly large amount. I do add a lot of wall art. And then I couldn't fit in a dressing table, unfortunately, but I was kind of thinking that dressing tables aren't actually a big deal. Like, they really aren't. I'd actually rather just have like a play table, a doll's house, but if you prefer having a dressing table there, then you can change that round and put one in. I mean, it's literally up to you what you want to do this design. And then this was the bathroom. I thought about going for really like dark colours in here because I hadn't really done one of these in this build, so that's what I was thinking. I was thinking I could do that. I could go with like a dark paneling colour and I could try to fit a shower in, but it wouldn't really work. So I ended up going with the spa day shower, which I thought went a little bit better in there. I'm not sure. And then I just kind of added some various things. Like I added a rug then. I couldn't really decide what rug to add, but I was kind of happy with the results. And then I thought those tiles, I love them, absolutely love them. I didn't even realise that we had those in the game before, like I haven't used them until now, but I really like them. So went with that in the end. And then this room was yet again another a bedroom, I mean. Not a bathroom. I always do that. Why do I do that? So my mentality on this one was that this would be like the granddad's bedroom, basically, like a single grandparent, because I think that that would probably be, maybe the closest idea to this bedroom, I guess, or I suppose like a mature teenager, which is kind of geeky. I don't know. I mean, whichever personality you think would kind of fit into this room, then it's up to you. That's just what I was thinking. Then I went with just kind of like various paintings, various kind of things I would imagine the granddad to have collected in his life. But that's what I'd put in. I'd put in a granddad in here. I would. And then in here was another bathroom yet again. And obviously there was some faults with the windows, as you can see, but I ended up moving those up and they do actually work quite well in the end. So try not to focus too much on the windows if you are bothered about them, because I can promise you they do change. I just didn't do it in the build because I really wanted to leave it till after, because sometimes during like when I'm going to put it on the gallery, like, or when I'm just about to put it on the gallery, I will actually kind of sit back and I will look at the faults in the build and I'll redo them. So that's basically just what happened there. I then ended up changing the colour in the bathroom, so I did do that. I just kind of thought that it went a bit more like with the kind of brown dark look, which I did with the other rooms. That's what I did. And then I was having a real play around in like what I could include in this bedroom. Was it a bedroom? No, it was an art room. I remember now. I got inspired by an art room that I saw not long ago, so I wanted to kind of recreate it, I guess, and do something like that. So that's what I ended up doing, and I did move that plant that's sticking out the wall. Yes, if you can see it, it wasn't going to stay around for long because I hate stuff like that in my builds. I literally hate it. It just does my head in, just kind of looking at it. So I didn't do that, and this room ends up being just the typical kind of messy art room in a build, which, you know, someone might be very creative in the house, but equally this room could definitely be converted into another bedroom. Like if you wanted it to be a 4-bedroomed house, because it ends up being 3 bedrooms, you could have the 4th bedroom in there. It's just one of those, because it actually ends up being 3 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, which is very unusual for one of my builds. I wasn't really expecting it to be like a more bathrooms than bedroomed house, which is unusual, but you know, kind of happens sometimes. So if you wanted 4 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, then that could be the other solution. But this room was just a pale bedroom that we're just working on at the moment. I wanted to include some kind of skill buildings in there, but I couldn't think what. So I ended up putting a bookcase and just kind of, I suppose, making it just a standard bedroom. And there wasn't really much that I wanted to put in this room. There wasn't much that I was like particularly thinking, oh, that would look nice. So I just kind of put the basics in really, and I had some fun with that. And I really did like this room by the time it was finished. Like, it was a bright room, but I did like it. I liked it a lot. And then I put a little picture there, so just to kind of represent the family. And that was the build, so I'm just kind of finishing off, just putting some wallpapers and floorings on the 3rd floor. And that was it. So I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all soon for my next videos. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye!